the room mic is really important. I'll actually really quickly show you with and without the room mic. So today I want to show you all the Logic session for Deftones digital bat. So this is a video me and my good friend Alan Martin shot about a year ago. And yeah, we had this goal to try and get the white pony drum sound, and this is the result. So over the last year or so, I've had several different Instagram and YouTube messages kind of asking about, what are the reverbs I used and kind of how we got this drum sound. So thanks so much to everyone who has checked it out and kind of given us positive feedback. It's been great. So I want to show you the individual channels first. So here are the overheads. So a nice balanced overhead sound, and for this recording we actually used Alan's AKG 214s, and these are amazing sounding mics, and you'll see actually there's very little processing. Taking out a tiny bit of 2K, then taking off the lows, that's it. Really good sounding overheads, and we actually placed them behind the kit, and yeah, it's just a nice overhead position that I use sometimes. It kind of gives you like a more full picture of the kit. Cool, and let's check out the snare. So here's the snare with no processing. So we use my Pearl Sensidone bronze 14 by 6.5 snare, and we kind of played around with it for a while and just kept cranking it up till we found the sweet spot. I'm not sure what they used on the actual record, but with my snare I definitely couldn't get it to go up quite as high and cracky as that, but I think we still managed to get a really nice sound. So here's it with the processing, and you'll hear it sounds a bit weak on its own. Then say you add in the bottom snare. And then most importantly, the room. So yeah, the room mic is really important. I'll actually really quickly show you with and without the room mic. And yeah, the snare bottom mic was an SE8. It's the first time I tried it as a snare bottom. It's a small diaphragm condenser, and it sounds amazing on snare bottom actually. And we had a kind of low room mic at the kick drum. Bit of compression and a bit of a bump in the low end. The kick mic, which was a AKG D112 inside the kick. This is something that we spent a bit of time on, really loosening the head and getting the mic right in there to get a really articulate kick drum sound. So yeah, you also have the kick out, which I use the D6, Audix D6 as kind of a kick sub. So if you combine that with the kick room and the main room, we got that nice kind of big puffy low end. And then you add in the close mic. For some articulation and punch, you know. And let's check out some of these other mics. So the toms, there's not that many toms in this song. There's actually Alan only played the high and the mid tom. So look at the toms. Not really much going on. I got an expander and a little bit of EQ. So the EQ on the mid tom. So I'll let you see how they sound with and without EQ. So and without. So not much going on, just kind of making them sound a little bit more pleasing, taking out some of those mids and making them a bit more clarity, taking out some mud. We also got a hat mic, which was Alan's SM7B. It's a classic kind of hat mic. So let's look at the fun part, the room mic. So here's the room without any processing. This is my MXL V67G. It's an inexpensive large diaphragm condenser, but it sounds great, you know. And this was kind of placed in the corner of the room, and it sounds way bigger than how my room actually sounds because I have it facing the wall. So here's it without any processing. So now with some compression. So really compressing it hard, and then adding some EQ, getting rid of some of the mud, and adding some like top end sheen. And then last but not least, the most important thing, we're sending it to a reverb. So I sent the room to Valhalla Supermassive. This is a preset I really like, Dirty Snare, and I kind of just tweak it to my liking. And on the snare I actually have a different reverb. I have a Space Designer from Logic. So it sounds like this. And you put the two together. So yeah, it just really shows how important that room mic is. So again, to show you, no room mic. Nice punchy drum sound, but the room gives it that massive white pony kind of sound. So let's take a look at the kick processing actually. So to get the kick really slappy, I was really aggressive with the EQ, and then I use an expander to tighten it up, and I also added a bit of 8K in this Logic Tube EQ. So that adds a lot of punch and attack. So loads of 8K there, and then a compressor. Yeah, so I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Thanks for all the positive comments, and yeah, best of luck trying this sound out yourselves. Have a good one, guys.